Hello everyone. So today I was doing my shadow work and it came up all my some of my teenage angry issues. And I wanted to share with you guys to see if somehow it resonates with you and how you can set free from that. Well, when I was younger, I felt really different from everyone else. I was fat, I was black skin, like you can see, and I was really smart, really intelligent, and I just lived in another world. I just wanted to be happy, to smile, to everyone be in harmony and stuff. And somehow I romanticized life, I romanticized life, and I wanted everyone to be to get along and stuff. But I always, unfortunately, I found a lot of mistreatment and disrespect from my peaceful and harmonic kind of being, I didn't want it to scream with anyone because I had my mother inside my house, which was she had this really aggressive and harsh temper about her, and she was always screaming. She was always being insultive. She hated me, and so I didn't want it to bring that reality to my daily life. I wanted a reality where I could be in peace with everyone, where I could be happy, where I could smile, where I could, play and make fun of the basic stuffs we had in life. If I felt, I just left a lot about it, and I wasn't angry by it, even though it could be a shameful situation. I would laugh about it. I would make fun about it, or another stuff that I could come across. But my way of being, my way of expressing myself, just angered a lot of people. So they couldn't stop until they made me angry also. So when I was in high school, I was really made fun of for being fat, and they called me cheese roll, which is not a funny name for me. And I didn't know most of the people around there. Believe me, I didn't. But everyone knew who I was. So it was really frustrating for being popular for the worst reasons. And it really got me really upset, that the guys just throw me, like sometimes they just come in and insulting me and then hitting me. And it was really sad for me, like, what have I done to you? What the fuck, Why are you doing this to me? And at the time, I wasn't allowed to understand what was happening. What made those people act like that? I thought they were crazy, they were mean, they were, So then when my spiritual journey and a spiritual awakening, I just realized that was a projection of the treatment they got used to receive, and so they gave that treatment back to everyone else. Like people that used to be yelled, screamed, hated in their home or in their neighborhood, they just do it to everyone, even if they are kind with them. Like, if they're kind, there must be something around here, so I'm going to, show her how mean I am to protect myself, or to feel good about myself. And but that really ruined my self-esteem, my self-confidence, because I didn't want it to be perceived that way. That's not what I was, And I grew up with a lot of anger, really anger. I didn't want it to be, having, being with the colleagues of my house, of my school. After that awful experience in that school, I went to another school, and in that school, some people just looked at me like I was, somehow I don't know why people thought I was arrogant because I didn't get along with everyone. Well, I was an introvert, so yes, that's why I don't get along with everyone. Yeah, that's totally normal. But now we see more in social media that people that are not always available to be, around everyone are introverts. So they prefer to be. They like to be spending time by themselves. They don't have the need to be around as much people as an extrovert needs. So I was really an introvert, and I was also an introvert because I had this previous experience in my home, in my childhoods, where I was always also make fun of by my colleagues, in the first school I went. So I didn't want it to make. I didn't have the need to have a lot of friends, because I was really protecting myself. If I have friends, if I give myself too much, if I give my love too much, I will get hurt. I will get disappointed. I will get frustrated. And so I was really cautious about it. Well, then I went to that school, that other school, and I started to get along with some colleagues, which wasn't something I would do in the previous school. That school was much more far away from my hometown. Maybe that's why I was getting along, with some people. And because they didn't know me, they didn't know how the nicknames, the shameful nicknames they gave me in the previous school. So there I was more liked, and I had some colleagues that really respected me. I started to show some of my talents. I started to I sang there also, and we had this party regularly in the bar of the school after the classes, and I went to the parties. It was much fun. And then in the second year I was there, I started to smoke. Cigarettes. Okay, I smoked cigarettes for fun. It would feel like I was integrated, like I was a part of the group, because my group used to like to smoke. So I started to smoke. After that, because I didn't have any money, to go out and hit I didn't have money, because my grandmother used to give me like 1 or 2 euros, maybe 3 euros maximum, to some of the days that I had classes all day long, to eat in the that was a place where they serve meals. Wait a minute, back again. So she gave me money to eat in the dining hall, but that money I used to smoke, and what I eat it, my grandma doesn't know about it. What I eat it was a really big, I bought like for 50 cents a pack of cookies, like the ones who have chocolate in the middle, and that's what I eat it all day. So I didn't eat it anymore. I had the breakfast in the morning. Then I didn't have lunch because I ate those cookies, and then I went home and had some proper dinner. But that's what I did for a lot of months. After that, I dropped school. In fact, I failed that year, the second year, because of I was missing the classes. That is not a good example, don't do that. And then I went home, and I said to my grandmother I wanted to work. So I started to look for my first job, and I started to work, And why did I wanted to work? I did want to work because I wanted to have my own money. I wanted to be able, if I had an addiction, I wanted to be responsible for my own addiction. So I needed to have money to pay for my own cigarettes, And so I did. I started to work. And at that time I was with a friend. She was smoking joints. I started smoking joints with her. I didn't bought any joints, because for me it was a waste of money at the time. And she always had some extra money because her mother always gave her the money. And she always had a lot of drug and stuff. And after that, while I was working, I met a girl that at first we had this competition, like anger at each other, because she thought I was fake for being like outgoing and fun and smile all the time and being polite to anyone, to everyone. I'm sorry. And she was like, she must be cocky, and And I was also angry at her because she was always looked like really confident and stuff. And then we had a moment where we talked, get along, and then we became buddies in the work. So she was the one who got to introduce me to one of my best friends, which was Mara, and she was really hot. Mara was the girl with all the curves and slim, with big boobs, big butt, And she immediately liked me. I also really liked her, but I wasn't the kind of girl that just go along and try to approach someone. Like, I was really insecure about myself because of all the things I went through. And I was really afraid of the rejection of being, And but I didn't have to wait long because she really texted me the day next. We went out, and then we started to hang out together. And she introduced me to the nightclubs. Well, it was a really good phase, like crazy phase. Also with big mistakes made through that. Like affairs and sexual relationships that were, just one-night stands. Some were good, some were really bad, and some of them I really regret. And it was yeah, it was really for me. The night was fascinating. For one part of it was really fascinating, but the other was no. So I started to go out with her, and then the other girl, she was bisexual. She started to kiss me in the mouth. There was this one time when I was really, really high, and I mean really high by smoking joints, and she used that moment to have sex with me. I didn't did anything to her, but she did, like. I thought I started to realize she was jealous. She was really jealous about it. She was really possessive. And there was this one time that I went to a place with some colleagues of her that were nearby to the house of the other girl that I met recently. And I went there, I talked with him, whatever, and I got some joints to smoke with my recent friend, and not girlfriend, just friend. And then I don't know what version was the true one, but she came the next day, like telling me when we went together, like telling me that they said that I offered sex for trading for the joints. And I was like, really? Do you really believe that? And she was like, yes, they did. You don't have to do that and whatever. I can't believe you are telling me that you believe that boys that you don't know for much long, that they are telling this big lie, and you are insulting me by saying that or even believing that. It's such an injustice. Her name was Anna, that friend, and she was like, no, I believe them. You are lying to me, and I know you would do that. In fact, she had already done that. And that's why she was projecting, what she already have done to me. And I said, okay. So she said to me, then after this drama, she said to me, choose between me or her and your other friends. Well, of course, I'm going to choose her, my new friend, because she believes me, you don't. And if you don't trust me as I trust you, we're done. So that's why we end up the relationship. I was really, really hurted by that situation. It was really, really hard to hear that, to experience that. But I knew it was better because she was going to a really bad road. She was consuming a lot. She was using acids, and she wasn't in the best mental health. And I said, okay, let's try something. So I started to go out more with Mara because I didn't have that friend, I'm not a girl of a lot of friends, so I started to go out with her. Well, while I was going out with her, I had a lot of fun. I went through some really experiences new experiences, adventures, some good, some bad. But anyways, one thing I have experienced that I didn't like, I was poor, like I didn't have a lot of money to spend on clothes and a lot of money to spend on, the best things in life. And I was working, over there, and I dropped the work because I realized I needed more school. So I went to school and I started to receive just 150 euros. So 50 euros for sure was for the cigarettes, and the other 100 didn't get me a lot to work with. So Mara was the one who had more money. When I had money, I contributed, of course, but most of the time she was the one who had the money. And one thing that I was really, really mad and angry about it was that we only got in mostly because of her, because she was the most curated, the most she captivated the attention and stuff. I wasn't getting along with her because of that, because I really liked her company. We really laughed a lot about it, some silly things, and I really enjoyed her company because she wasn't like the hot girls that I got along with, because she was like really simple, wasn't like really cocky and and that's why we really got along together and made some crazy things. We really had this good relationship. And then but some security in the nightclubs would look me up and down, and then they didn't let me in. And it was really frustrating because I didn't have a lot of money to buy clothes, and I thought it was a really heavy prejudice by being poor. And I really was prejudiced by being poor in a lot of situations. Like my friends from my neighborhood, also they didn't invite me for holidays, they didn't invite me for anything because they knew I wouldn't have money, I wouldn't have the proper clothes or the proper, so they didn't invite me to any kind of events. And in fact, the ones that did invite me to some events were my school colleagues. The one invited me to the ceremony of baptism of a nephew, and it was really fun. I really thank Raquel for doing that. It was my first ceremony, and the other one was a colleague of work and also a colleague of school, Susanna, and Carla also invited me to the wedding, and Karina, which was also a previous colleague of work. So it was I had this... it was a really heavy prejudice about that. And for me it was really sad, because if you don't have, the proper clothes and the brand clothes and stuff, you are treated like you don't matter. When in fact it's about who you are. It's not about what you wear. It's not about what you have. And it really made me sad, really made me angry, that kind of prejudice, that kind of people, people in the black community especially, they are mostly angry about being the racism and stuff. Well, I didn't feel like it was a racism, like racism about my own color. I felt the racism when I was in school, okay? I did. But in the nightlife, I thought it was more prejudice for not having money, not having, the proper and brand clothes and stuff like that. That's why I was really angry about some of the aspects of the nightlife, and also people would be like, "Oh, she's hot" and whatever, and look at me like, and it was really annoying, like really annoying. It really affected my self-esteem and my self-confidence at that time. Now I know I'm not just a body. I'm not just, I'm much more than that. So I'm my personality. I'm my gifts. I am my intelligence. I am worthy. Truly am worthy of being loved, of being respected, of being nourished. I am really worthy. And but this situation really pissed me off, because I always thought that people shouldn't be judged by what they have, by what they have. And yeah, it did make me really sad. So I was cleaning that up, and I wanted to say to you, if you ever have been through that kind of situation, if you ever have been judged for what you had or what you didn't have, remember, that is a projection of the people around you. You are worthy. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of being healthy. You are worthy of being wealthy. You are worthy of receiving everything in this world, because you are the creator of your own reality. So don't let those mean behaviors, those prejudice behaviors get to you. Remember who you are. You are an infinite being, and you can create anything you set your mind to. So I just wanted to bring that message, and I hope it inspires all the teenagers that are now suffering some bullying, some injustice in your own life. Those are just projections. Stop giving your power away. You are much more than that. Okay? Sending you so much love.